on the right hand side if you're on the webinar here. I'm just loading this up here. It'll just be another wee minute or two. Okay, so I just need to put in a title for the video. So I'm just doing that now. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just sticking in a title here for the video. Blogging. The title of the video, and then 100-day FB Life video challenge day 34. Okay, that's us. I'll just copy and paste it, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay, folks, so this is day 32 or 34, sorry, day 34 of my 100-day Facebook Live challenge. It's the first video. I'm running a wee bit late tonight with other stuff I was doing. And the title of the video, it's also video 12 in my blogging video series. And it's going to be about, we're going to be talking tonight about how to make our WordPress website load faster. Okay, so I just want to talk a wee bit about that. It's going to be quite short. We're not going to go into too much detail or anything, but it will maybe give you a few insights if you are trying to make your website load up faster. Now, before we start, one of the things I want to say is that, there was a time a while ago when I used to focus an awful lot on SEO for all my sites and stuff and really get into it in a big way. But recently, I've been more focused on social media stuff rather than actually on the SEO side of it. But what I can say about your WordPress website loading up fast is that really, apparently the optimum time for your website to load up should be about 3 seconds, okay? And apparently, if it doesn't load up in 3 seconds, quite a large percentage of people click off and go and click on something else instead. Okay. Now, I have an old site, which is a really big site. I tend to open it on the main blog with all the posts. And it's also on a hosting, which seems to have got quite slow, which I'm going to be moving soon. But I mean, it takes quite a long time to load up, right? And there's various reasons for that. And I know what they are, but I'm not really worried because I sort of like it the way it is. But if you're wanting to get your site faster, you're wanting to get it quicker, you're wanting to increase your Google rank and stuff like that, and you're trying to do SEO, then these tips this evening will help you. Okay. The first thing is there's a site called no, actually, first what we'll do is we'll go through the different things that you can do to make your website load faster. Okay. So the first thing you can do to make your website load faster is to download a plugin in WordPress, okay, that actually makes your image image files smaller. Okay, it makes your image files smaller. Now I have bought a paid bought a paid software for that, right? But there is a lot of free ones. So if you go into your back office in WordPress under plugins and you type in, make image WordPress files smaller, or you know um reduce your image files, it will show you plugins that are free that you can actually use, that will go through your WordPress blog and actually make your files smaller. So let me see. Okay. So that's the first thing. Make your image size smaller. This will make a big deal because when you have a lot of images on your website, especially if you have a big website with thousands of images, it takes a really long time to load up. Okay, it takes a really long time to load up if you have big images. So you can probably reduce your images from anywhere from 50, maybe 70% of the size, which means that your site is going to load up a lot quicker. So you want to download a plugin that make your image files smaller, and you'll find that in your WordPress back office under plugins, and just type a search in the plugins, image files smaller, something like that. Just type in those kind of keywords and it'll bring up all the plugins that will reduce the size of your images in your WordPress blog. Okay. And the second thing which helps to increase the speed of your site is by taking off certain things that you might want or might have on your site, like likes of Instagram widgets, and maybe Facebook widgets or Twitter widgets, or website widgets, for visitors and stuff like that. I mean, if you take those sorts of things off, you'll find that your website loading time will go up an awful lot. Okay, now I'm a gadget type of person and I like all my little things which tell me certain things, or where people can follow me or add me or like me on my page and stuff. So I do have widgets on my site. And like I said, I'm not really focused on the SEO side of it as much. So I don't really worry too much about it. But if you are wanting to improve your SEO and you're wanting your site to be fast and more people to click through and improve your actual overall, um, you know, click through rate in Google, then taking some of these things off will help it to go faster. Okay, so it's just a matter of what you want and balancing it out, with what you're happy with. If you're happy without having those things, um, and prefer to have your site faster and maybe a bit higher on the SEO ranking, then that's something that you have the option to do. Okay. Another thing you can do to speed up your website is, on a lot of blogs and websites, it opens up on a main blog page and there's a lot of blog posts. And obviously, if you've got 5 or 10 blog posts on your main page, it takes longer to load up, right? But what you can do is in WordPress, you can go and you can pick a front page for your website. So when people type in yourwebsite.com, it just goes to one page or one post. And if you do that, it'll load up a lot faster, because obviously there's going to be a lot less content on that one page or on that one post than there will be if you come on your main page with all your blog posts. Okay, so that would be another way to speed up your website. Okay. Another thing you can do to speed up your website, and this is something um, you can actually test, right? And I'll tell you how you can test it. There's a site called gtmetrics.com. Okay, and let me just see. I'm going to share my screen here. Presentation options. Share your screen. Okay, so I'm just going to share the entire screen. Right, so there's a plugin called gtmetrics.com. So I think it's gtmetrix.com, right? And I can give you an example of one of my very slow sites, which is on an old slow hosting. Okay, it's actually one of my main sites. But I've about 1,500 blog posts or something on it. So I'm going to show you an example of a very slow site. Now, I've loads of widgets on it, I've loads of banners on it, and a lot of things like that. Now, what you can do is, um, if you want to make your site really fast, what you can do is just go through your widgets, go through your site, and test all these different things. If you test these different things, remove the widget and then go into GT metrics and do it again, right? Remove your Instagram widget and then go and see how long it's actually taken, the site. So if it took, say, 8 seconds, right? And then you take off your Instagram widget and now it's doing it in 6 seconds, well, you know that you're saving yourself 2 seconds of time just by removing that Instagram widget. Now you might go and take it from a main blog page with loads of posts and you might put it to just one page with one post. And that might take you then from, 6 seconds, it might take you down to 5 seconds or 4 seconds, right? Um, and then what you can do is you can, you can go to another, you could go to another plugin, go into your plugins and then see what plugins you have. And, if you start removing some of your plugins, you'll also notice that when you take out a lot of the plugins, you'll find that different plugins will make a big difference to your your um, speed loading time. Right now, you can see here this is crazy. Huh? You can see there's a lot of stuff, right? 23.4 seconds, right? It's very slow. It's like I said, it's really, really old. And it tells you here what you can do. Okay. Um, all the different things, right? It tells you what's wrong. Minify JavaScript, right? It tells you what things you can do to improve your speed. Okay, that's a very, like I said, that's a very, very slow one, right? Now I can take another one which has slightly less stuff on it and I can test it. Okay, so we'll do another one. So we'll go again. We'll do one for another site. Now this site is on a faster hosting, but there's still a lot of widgets and stuff on it, so it could still be quite slow, but it'll not be anything as slow as this site. Now this site doesn't have the images made smaller, but you can see here it's 7.6 seconds, right? So like that's about 10 seconds faster than the other site. Now I could probably get this down to about 4 seconds by minimizing the image, because at the start of the site there's like a big image on the front page of the site, to start with, and that could be reduced by about 60 or 70%. So that would instantly, speed it up. The other thing that would speed up the site is that the site actually opens up, um, I think, on multiple things. So I think it opens up on maybe multiple posts. Let's see. Yeah, so it opens up in multiple posts, right? What I could do is I could just have it open up in one post. So instead of being 3 videos that are loaded up and having this widget here, okay, I could just basically have it open up on this one link. That would probably get it down by about 50% or even 2/3 of the time. Okay, so that's another way how you can actually speed up how you can actually speed up the website. You can go in, you can take out any unnecessary plugins, you can take out any unnecessary widgets and things like that, and you'll find that it'll speed up your site a lot. Another thing that might speed up your site as well is even changing WordPress theme. Sometimes just doing something as simple as changing your WordPress theme can make your site a lot faster. Now, like I say, I haven't been focused on SEO and stuff, so I really haven't been trying to get it below 3 seconds. One client who had a travel website, we did for him, and I mean, he was ridiculously crazy about SEO, and I mean, he got his down to about 2 seconds or something. But by the time he'd finished with the travel site, I thought it just looked sort of horrible. There was nothing. There was very little on it. There was very little on it. All the widgets were gone. There was nothing on the side. And it wasn't showing many posts down the side, so you couldn't really see what posts there were, and there was a lot of stuff missing off the site. And to me it just didn't look user friendly. Um, so I mean, you can take it to the extreme with the SEO to take everything out, take out the opt-in boxes, take out, all these different widgets and stuff, and have it load up really, really fast. And Google think this is great. But at the end of the day, if I'm not able to get my opt-in subscribers, if I don't know many people have come to my site, if I don't know where they're from, and all these different things, to me, you need to balance that out yourself and how much, what it's worth to you. Um, you might look at getting developers to develop you special themes that load up faster and so on and so forth. If you're really, if your SEO and your speed optimization is your main thing. But like I said, those are ways that you could actually speed up your website. You know, it improves your bounce rate as well, which means Google will probably rank you higher too. So that's another thing that will help. So like I said, I hope you find that interesting. Like if you're really SEO crazy, if you're SEO crazy, you want to probably get below, you want to get the 3 seconds or below. But like I said, if you do that, you're probably not going to have a lot of stuff left on your website by the time you do all that, or you'll need to be really sort of techy and getting rid of all this different JavaScript stuff and doing all these sorts of things, which isn't something that I'm really into doing. So that's it for me for this training. I will talk to you again in the next one tomorrow. Thanks very much for visiting, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.